안녕하세요, 여러분. Hello, everyone. 새해 복 많이 받으세요. Happy New Year. 오늘은 수요일에 2월 2일에. Today is Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022. Welcome to the year of the water tiger. And happy Lunar New Year to people who celebrate around the world, including the Koreans. We'll start off with a message from BTS sending their Lunar New Year greetings. February 1st was the first day of the new year. Today is the second day. One of the traditions for Koreans is to dress in traditional Korean outfits, which apparently they did. And this is one of the messages posted. They each posted a message on Weverse, one of the fan websites apps. And this is from RM. He writes, Magpie, Magpie, based on a children's song. Hello, beloved army, have lots of rice cake soup. Get your pocket money 3 times. So you're welcome to take a look at that. But mostly we're here to talk about the words and their performance at Global Citizen Live, and our story number 3 with Rok Choturi about the love of Bengali poetry. So let me go to the Global Citizen performance. This is the BTS Butter performance that we have been looking at in our other videos relating to this story. And at the end of each of the Global Citizen Live videos is this button, Take Action Now. When you press on Take Action Now, it takes you to this page from Global Citizen. So we're going to explore that a little because we were very particular about choosing this. We wanted to choose an organization and a site that actually was thinking about the work globally around the climate crisis and something simple to go to. So I love this site. It is easy to get to. You can click it from any of those videos. There was actually 24 hours of performances. So almost any artist that you know of, I'm going to show you a few later. So here is the Take Action Now button. And if you scroll down, they have 3 things that they are focused on: defeat poverty, defend the planet, demand equity. All 3 of those things are related, and we have been talking about them in our 2 projects, climatehope.us and dancingforclimatejustice.com. You could go to any of them and the actions you would take would be related to ending the global climate crisis. But if you want to hone in particularly on the climate crisis, there's a few ways you can do it. You could go directly to the site, Defend the Planet. One thing that I did, so here's the Defend the Planet page. There's been over 1 million actions taken. And if you scroll down, you can join the email list, which I encourage to do. It helps them keep track and it helps you stay on top of new developments from Global Citizen. It talks about some of the big issues around defending the planet. The climate crisis is at code red, threatening humanity and nature. We need climate justice now to protect communities and low-income countries at the front line of the crisis. Latest, global citizens are joining forces across countries and continents with one clear message for decision makers: it's now or never to defend the planet. And that is the message for all the global conferences, for all of the activism to end the global climate crisis. Look, there's more. Let's get to work. You could actually start taking action right here on this site. World leaders protect our planet petition. Take the quiz, learn how the Green Climate Fund is helping vulnerable communities tackle climate change. For business leaders, sign a petition to step up and stop climate change. World leaders to protect 30% of nature by 2030. That's the 30 by 30 campaign. We've talked about it in other parts of Dancing for Climate Justice, and the list goes on. This is only at the beginning. There's more. Here's some action for speaking to Canada, other world leaders around helping low-income nations confront climate change, etc. So I love the site. I love how simple it is, and I love how direct it is. And so we're going to delve in a little bit more because I want to talk a little bit about India. So we have done this story, and Rok Choturi talks about her love of Bengali poetry. And there's been some really important climate news that has been related to India and South Asia. So I just went to the search button up here in the top right corner of the site, and I just typed Climate India. And I bet you could do this for most countries around the world. So I typed Climate India, and here are a number of Defend the Planet articles and actions that one can take. It talks about the impact of India's unexplored glaciers, but I wanted to go to this story about India's cities hope to become climate smart with this new project. it is hopeful to hear about climate solutions. And that's part of what we're doing on this project, is connecting to climate solutions and hopeful action that is happening around the world. And then there's this article we're going to look at a little. It falls under the demand equity section of the Take Action, but it talks about the role of women in battling climate change in India. We have talked about this on Dancing for Climate Justice. Project Drawdown, which you can find on the web, has come up with a list of the 100 most significant actions to take to end the global climate crisis. And educating women and girls is within the top 5 to 10, depending on how you look and rank them. And part of why is women play a huge important role in climate resilience, as well as efforts to stop and reverse the global climate crisis. And the list goes on. So there's a bunch of articles. I'm going to just point to a couple of them. This is the first article. India cities hope to become climate smart with this new project. And it talks about some efforts in Mumbai and what they have seen in terms of unexpected flooding, which is one of the big impacts of the climate crisis, is we're getting more rain, but we're also getting more drought. It's this weird thing, but it actually makes sense if you think about a warming planet. There's more water that evaporates, creating more drought. And because there's more water that evaporates, there's heavier rains coming at unseasonable times. It is actually contributing to the hunger issue in many countries around the world, particularly in the global south. And so this is a really good article, but as you go through the articles, it talks about actions you can take. So if you have a Twitter account, you can take action here and if you're in the US, to urge Congress to support tree planting and not fossil fuel subsidies. And then it'll take you right to your Twitter account. So this article talks more about the projects to actually become climate smart. I wanted to talk a little bit more also. This is actually another article that it takes us to. So this is something that we have noticed, which is that India has faced its hottest decade in recorded history. Some of the temperatures have gone up to 124 degrees Fahrenheit. And every year has been a record year in terms of global temperatures. And most countries, every year has been a record year. And so what we are seeing is warming and warming, which is exactly what the scientists say would happen. So this article is from a year ago, January 2020. And this is important. Chennai is actually in the Bengal region of India and South Asia. And Chennai is where Roke has a lot of connections there, and Bengals do as well. But Chennai almost ran out of water, which is a really, really big deal. And they didn't, but I think this issue of cities and countries running out of water is going to become more and more an issue as the global climate crisis gets worse. Here is the article, or one article on the same website, about Chennai facing a dire water shortage as it faces a disastrous heat wave. So this is not new news, and I don't mean to take you down with the depressing news about the global climate crisis, but I find one of the most hopeful things is to actually figure out how to take action. So each of these articles comes with a take action button, and this has one right here. What is at stake? You can take action relating to specifically the water crisis in Chennai. And let's see what else they have here. They have a quiz. How much do you know about the world's most vital resource, which I'm assuming is water? So there's more that you can read. There's more action you can take. I encourage getting to know Global Citizen, becoming a member, joining their email list. But what I want to end with is this article about women leading the fight against central India's water crisis. So if there's no water, we have everything. And if there is water, we have everything. And if there is no water, we have nothing. I think this is true for all of us in terms of all of us and all humans and animals rely on water. So what is happening with the global climate crisis, with the unpredictability of flooding and drought, is really a big deal for humans around the world. So what I can say about this article is there are some hopeful stories about, they interviewed different women in different regions. I think maybe in this particular region of India, where they just kind of hone in and talk about women who are trying to uplift their families and their villages, sometimes in the face of male domination and sexism, but actually making a difference for communities. So whatever we can do to support the work of Global Citizen here and to take action on the site is a good idea. I do want to point out one more organization relating to the fight against the global climate crisis in India in particular. We did some looking around, and it appears that NRDC, the Natural Resources Defense Fund, about us. Hold on, let me get the full name. NRDC, NRDC, NRDC. What is your full name? Apologize for not knowing it off. Defense Council, I think. National Resources Defense Council. Okay. So this article is about India, and they actually have a branch in India that is working on the ground with people there to help and the efforts to fight the global climate crisis there in India. So for those folks who have connections in India or who know people there, whether you have relatives or friends, I encourage you to take a look at the work NRDC is doing. There's a lot of good work NRDC is doing in other elements of ending the global climate crisis, but in particular around India, that you can get some good background information and also support the work they do. Here is a little video about NRDC's work over the last 10 years. So this is just a way to think about how to take action. It doesn't have to be complicated. We wanted to point people to something very particular as it relates to each story. So check out Global Citizen Live, check out the NRDC India. And then I guess there is one more thing, which is that if you like YouTube and if you like subscribing to YouTube channels from these Take Action Now, you can actually also go to the Global Citizen, you can subscribe to the Global Citizen YouTube channel. And if you go to the YouTube channel, they have some really inspiring videos. This actually is a short video that talks about their the effort of their 24-hour live concert series to build $1.1 billion to defeat poverty, defend the planet, and fight against the global climate crisis. And then we're going to look at this video probably later this week or next week, but this is actually Coldplay, Chris Martin's performance of Universe, which was a collaboration with BTS. And because he was performing live and BTS performed by video, he actually sang a bunch of the Korean. So I found that inspiring, just kind of a reminder that we are all connected. We are connected around the world. This global climate crisis is hard to look at, but it is also hopeful to see because it requires us to connect around the world, much like we're trying to do with this Global Citizen Live performance. Remember your connections around the world. We are going to go to a performance of Permission to Dance from the Global Citizen Live. Do what you can to end racism and the global climate crisis. Take action. Take action now. All right, see you on the dance floor. Have a good day. Bye.
안녕하세요, 여러분. Hello, everyone. 새해 복 많이 받으세요. Happy New Year, and welcome to the year of the water tiger. And welcome back to climatehope.us and dancingforclimatejustice.com. As we have been discussing on this video, this is the Global Citizen Live performance of BTS Permission to Dance. And at the end of the video is a take action button, which we have explored earlier on this video. Do what you can to take action to end the global climate crisis in the short time we have left. Connect to your joy, to the places you love around the world, the people you love around the world. Connect to your art and your heart. This is BTS Permission to Dance. Go ahead, take action to end the climate crisis and to end racism.
This is Global Citizen Live. 둘, 셋. Welcome to Seoul, Korea!
It's so that opinion when your heart's just like a drum, beating louder with no way to guard it. When it all seems like it's wrong, say along to Elton John, to that feeling we're just getting started.
When the nights get colder and the rhythm's got you falling behind,
just dream about that moment when you look yourself right in the eye. Did you say I wanna dance to music, got me going and nothing that can stop how we move. Yeah, let's take our past to live just like a golden and rolling like a dancing force. danger, you know just how to break, just keep that right up, yeah. Cause there's no looking back, there ain't no one to prove. We don't got this so right, yeah. So when it's over, the time is not, so let's do it right. Yeah, we keep going and stay up until we see the sunrise. And we say, I wanna dance, the music's got me going, and nothing that can stop how we move. Yeah, let's make a mess and leave just like it, golden and rolling like it, dancing fools. We don't need to worry, cause when we fall we know how to land. Don't need to talk the talk, just walk the walk tonight.
Cause we don't need permission to dance.
No, we don't need permission to dance.
Well, let me show you, and then we can keep the fire alive.
Cause it's not over till it's over. Say it one more time. Say, I wanna dance, the music's got me going, and nothing can stop how we move. Hey,
Let's break a pledge and live just like it, golden and rolling like it, dancing through.
like we're dancing fools.
We don't need to worry,
Cause when we fall, we know how to let go. Don't talk, just walk the walk tonight. Cause we don't need permission. No, we don't need permission to dance.
permission to dance.
Take action with Global Citizen now. Go out there, end racism and the climate crisis. Remember your connections around the world. Enjoy the joy of Bengali poetry. We'll see you next time. Have a good day. Oh, check out that video with Lord, who sings about solar power. Okay, bye.